So this is Adobe Photoshop, the latest version, and if you subscribe, you get the AI tools. And I just want to show you some of the AI tools, especially for people who are shopping at or marketeers who are creating content for shoppers who are looking for Christmassy content. So I'm going to choose this T-shirt from McCardle's Historical Society. I'm just going to show you a couple of simple things you can do with it. So if I select the subject, um, the AI will put an outline around the subject. Normally in Photoshop, this is actually quite tricky. You have to go around with a little tool over here and mark it out, but it does it for you. Now, the clever bit is if you go to select and you go to inverse, it's probably hardly noticeable, but it has now selected the background instead of the foreground. Why that's important is this generative fill tool that Photoshop has is where the AI kicks in. And it means that if I want to put something in the background, I don't have to find the image and put it in. I can just tell it. So I'm going to say I want to put a Christmas scene in the background, and I hit enter. And it's now rendering, it's now searching its library from all possible Christmas scenes it could put in. And it will pick one. It'll pick three actually. It'll pick three and then it'll put them in. Depending on the speed of your computer and the resources, sometimes this is quicker. But there, see what I mean? Let's put the Christmas scene in. That's one option. There's number two. There's number three. I like that one. Okay. If I wanted to ask it to do it again, I would just hit generate and it would do more. But as it happens, I like that one. So now I'm going to try and put a hat on this guy because that's not a very Christmassy hat. And if I pick this little selector tool, what you got to remember here is in order for the AI to be able to render the object, you got to give it enough room to do it. So there's no point in just selecting the hat. That's not enough. What you got to do is something like this, where you give it kind of enough room to be able to build or maybe a pointy hat or something like that, and then go around the edges here. I find you don't have to be very accurate around the edges here. It'll kind of figure it out itself. So I'm gonna say Christmas hat. I'm gonna put that in. So it's starting to render the Christmas hat now, and it should give me some options. It also, I like these little tips. It's putting in the tips now. So you say, fill this space with a Christmas hat or make a Christmas hat. But there, it's added in the Christmas hat. If I move this down, you can see the option. That's not too bad. I probably should have been a little bit more careful with the selection, and I should have zoomed in a bit more. But that's not too bad. If I do that, I do that. Okay. So I'm actually going to undo that, and I'm going to undo that, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And let's be a bit more careful this time and do it with a bit more care and see where we are. I'm a bit tight for space here as well, so that's probably something that to bear in mind. So I'll just be a little bit more careful here, and I'll give it enough space up here. Generate the hat, and I'll come back down. I'll go along his glasses. I'll be a little bit more careful around here. Okay, right around to there. And it's Christmas hat. Okay. And it kind of learns, it gets quicker when it's doing the generation. I noticed that the second or third regenerative AI generation, it gets quicker and it kind of remembers what you would expect AI to do. So, okay, that's not a great hat. That's a white hat. And that's a festive hat. So as you can see, that's not bad. I'll get it to regenerate a few more. Let's see what it does. And now I should have 6 options. It keeps the first 3, and then you just get to generate. Whoa! Now we're getting funky. Okay. Let's see. No, I don't like that one. Oh, that's a E17 stay another day type of hat. That one. Okay, it doesn't. I want one of the red ones, so I think I might go with that one, or maybe the first one. No, I'll go. Let me just see. I'll go with that one. Okay. Now I'm going to try one more. I would probably normally leave it at this, but I'm going to try one more thing about maybe a scarf around his neck. So let's try that. So if I say, right, I want the scarf to be kind of like that. Okay. Add a Christmas SERF. Let's just see what it does. This is probably a bit of overkill. I don't really need to do this because I've added 2 elements already, and let's just see where this is at. But this will be the final one. See if it adds to it or not. I could probably add gloves and stuff like that, but I think that's adding too much. Okay. Okay, that didn't work too well. So, oh yeah, it's added in literally Christmas thing. So, but anyway, I just wanted to show you what can be done. I could probably put gloves in this guy. And again, I'm quite good at Photoshop. I've been using it for a long while, and doing all this stuff you can do, but it's very fiddly. Without AI. With the standard version of Photoshop, with the AI tool, it makes it much easier, much faster, and you can see why people are trending towards this. I don't think AI is going to replace anybody. You still have to have that kind of artistic eye, but I think what it means is that certain tasks will just be speeded up. So, Merry Christmas.